Taylor & Francis has an experienced in-house production team working directly with a range of external production vendors experienced in the editing, typesetting, and proofing of books for a professional audience. Once you have completed your manuscript and reviewed the submission checklist, let your editorial assistant know that you are ready to submit, and they will advise on a suitable means for you to share the manuscript. This may be via Dropbox, a file share service such as WeTransfer, or simply email if file size permits. Your EA contact will undertake a thorough review of the materials submitted and work with you directly to address any queries and finalize the selection of cover and text designs before passing the complete work to our production team. Within a month of handover to production, the project will be assigned to an in-house production editor and also to an external production vendor. You will be introduced to both the PE and the vendor and will be given a dedicated contact at the latter. The vendor will provide an outline schedule for the work that will include dates when your assistance will be required. If you know at this stage you will not be available on the dates indicated, let your vendor and PE contacts know so that they can revise the schedule accordingly. For an average-size book of around 300 pages, it will typically take 6 months from the start of copy editing to publication. If you have not already alerted your EA or editor to a requirement for a particular publication date, e.g. a conference, please be sure to raise this now. We are always happy to consider a contracted production schedule to maximize a promotional opportunity, but early notification of this requirement and flexibility on the part of our authors to meet tight deadlines is appreciated in these circumstances. Your vendor and PE contacts are on hand to answer any questions you may have regarding the production process, and you can of course also refer back to your EA editor if anything remains unclear. All of our books will benefit from the services of a professional copy editor appointed by the external production vendor. The copy editor will have experience of editing professional titles and recognize that editing rules appropriate to a more academic title may not be suitable for books aimed at a professional reader and will adapt accordingly. By providing us with style notes for the copy editor with your manuscript, you can help us to ensure that particular points of style, idiom, or presentation in your work are preserved by the copy editor. An effective copy edit will ensure stylistic consistency is included with the chosen text design. It will check heading levels, highlight duplication or areas where information given is internally conflicting, more likely in an edited than authored work. The copy editor may identify overly long and complex sentences and generally flag awkward phraseology that might disturb the reader's flow and understanding for your further consideration. The copy editor will not rewrite or rephrase your text without your consent and will preserve your moral rights of integrity over the content. Your book is in the home straight. Once copy edited, the production vendor will typeset the book digitally according to the layout of the agreed text design. You will then see the book in this digital typeset form with the content laid out on the page as it will appear to the reader. At this stage, you should only need to make very minor corrections. The proofs will also be professionally checked by a proofreader for errors introduced during typesetting, such as anomalies in the layout, inappropriate interpretation of changes made by the copy editor, and occasionally errors that were missed during the copy edit. By this stage, artwork submitted by you as rough sketches for redraw or for relabeling should appear in its finished form. Any photographs that were not submitted at the required level of quality will now be flagged again for replacement or removal if the print quality is likely to be suboptimal. Corrections marked in these page proofs will be implemented by the vendor and checked in-house. You are not required to check proofs again, and you will next see the book in the flesh when you receive your author copies. As a publisher of both academic and professional books, we recognize the value to our readers of a strong index. Responsibility for creating the index will be discussed and agreed at the outset of the project. Check your contract to remind yourself or ask your EA editor prior to submission. We provide full manuscript preparation guidelines for indexing if you are doing it yourself, and you should put yourself in the position of your reader when considering which terms to include. If it has been agreed that TNF will prepare the index, you will be asked to review and approve the index terms. Once the index has been added and the final proofs checked and approved in-house, the files will be shared with our manufacturing team. We partner with printers across the globe to ensure timely availability via a range of digital and traditional print technologies selected to suit the content of the book. Many of our books are available for direct-to-consumer fulfillment via print-on-demand or POD technologies. We also allow third-party vendors such as Amazon to print and ship direct to customers. That's it. If you need specifics on any of these subjects, please refer to the full manuscript preparation guidelines available here. And as always, when in doubt, please just ask your editor or EA, who are always happy to help.